stars will shine bright on Sunday night as two former MVPs get ready for a prime-time matchup. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Next on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you think about our quarterback matchup here. We got a couple of guys who are definitely dangerous when you get down near the red zone. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, Lamar Jackson of the Ravens.
And you use the perfect word there, Brandon, dangerous. Yeah, they're dangerous just about anywhere on the field, but the red zone, that's where they absolutely excel, and I think it's because they can keep defenses off balance. You know they can run, you know they can pass. The RPOs come into play, but the biggest thing is when the pocket breaks down, they can create something out of nothing and sting a defense.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Patrick Mahomes now in his 5th season with the Chiefs, ready to bring out this high-powered Kansas City offense for the first time.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
On the move to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. And quickly to Kelsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Now Mahomes going to get this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another huge season last year for Tyreek Hill, teaming up with Patrick Mahomes. Close to 1,300 yards receiving. 15 touchdowns as well, and that was second only to Devontae Adams. We know about the big plays. Also makes the dependable, chain-moving catches as well.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 7th play in the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them pretty darn good with it. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go play action now. Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. 2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Mahomes going to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return is Duvernay. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down. They'll go option to the short side. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. And now it's 2nd down.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before his tackle. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Jackson on first down.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's fourth down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
down Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be an 11-yard pickup. He does it himself, and it brings up 2nd down. Jackson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
That's how we do, D.
Good play there by Frank Clark. Only 6 sacks in 2020, the fewest since his rookie year of 2015. But don't let that small number fool you. Provides consistent pressure against quarterbacks. A Pro Bowler the last 2 seasons.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. They'll fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Jackson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And these two continue to work so well together. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Maybe the best quarterback and tight end in the game today. 105 catches for Kelce last year. 2nd among NFL tight ends.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 26-yard line.
Second and 4.
He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's fourth down. Butker's kick here is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson.
That's complete, left side to Bateman.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Ravens receivers have ranked last in receptions and receiving yards each of the last 2 years. Thus, the pick of Rashad Bateman at the University of Minnesota. He was their first-round pick, number 27 overall, and they expect to see more catches and more first downs from that young man.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on second down. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Now Jackson. Flushed out right, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it's going to be second down. Jackson now.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
Another nice decision there by Marcus Peters to go for the football, and he comes down with it yet again. Since coming into the league in 2015, no one has more interceptions than Marcus Peters. He's averaged better than 5 per year.
And the Ravens taking the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And Sammy Watkins is in his 8th NFL season. Spent the last 3 in Kansas City and won a Super Bowl there. Really excited about the opportunity to bond with quarterback Lamar Jackson. Makes a nice catch there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
One of the better defensive linemen in the league, can be absolutely dominant at times. Chris Jones has been a Pro Bowler each of the last 2 years. In 2020, just 7.5 sacks, but he did have a career high of 15.5 just 3 seasons ago in 2018. He and Frank Clark provide excellent pressure against opposing quarterbacks.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
2nd and 14.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds and looks like right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll start with the option.
1st down and more for Jackson. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd down, here's an option right. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore 1st. Sammy Watkins, of course, played for these Chiefs the last 3 years, part of the championship team, Super Bowl 54 against the 49ers. Had some problems staying on the field, but when he did, he was productive. And the Ravens know that a healthy Sammy Watkins for them, that can be a big headache for opposing defenses. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. The Ravens on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calais Campbell on the stop. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Hill, the intended receiver once again, and it's third down.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The return is Duvernay. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be third and less than a yard. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And Jackson throwing once more.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up, it's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to go up top again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And it's third down. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Well, the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! That's caught. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. But a tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
On the return is Duvernay. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 50 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Here's Jackson. And that's complete to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Throwing, Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Kansas City, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel